Good afternoon. This is your USA weather update for Tuesday, June 22nd, 2026. Not a lot to get into today, but let's jump right in. First things first, we got severe weather threat that continues for the plains. Shouldn't be as high as it's been though the past few days. We also watching for the potential for flash flooding in the central plains. So the big weather active area is going to be the Great Plains for the next few days. And then we also got a few wildfire conditions in the desert southwest, mainly around northern Arizona and southern Utah and parts of Nevada. I'll get into that in just a second. Here is a look at your current weather alerts. We got severe thunderstorm watches across the central plains or across the central and northern Rockies. Well, I guess east of there. These pink areas are red flag warnings. Those are wildfire warnings. Got a few heat advisories for the Northwest, and then a few heat alerts down here for the Los Angeles metro and parts of Arizona as well. A little hard to see there, but that's expected later this week. Got heat advisories for parts of Texas, severe thunderstorm watches for parts of Alabama, Tennessee, Mississippi, and severe thunderstorm watches for parts of the Northeast, and flood watches also for parts of Kentucky and West Virginia for the rest of today. But then tomorrow, the main threat zone is going to be across the central part of the plains. If we jump right into that here's a look at your severe weather threat for tomorrow. We got a slight risk of severe weather, level 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale for parts of northern Oklahoma, Kansas, and Colorado. Wednesday is going to shift east of the Rocky Mountains, parts of eastern Colorado, southeast Wyoming, and northeastern Colorado. Slight risk, level 2 out of 5 on the severe weather scale. And for Thursday, where the main threat area is going to be eastern Wyoming, parts of far northern Colorado. Then moving on to the flash flooding potential here. We got a slight risk of excessive rainfall or flash flooding, level 2 out of 4 there on the flash flooding scale for parts of Oklahoma and Kansas and far northern Texas. Moving on to Wednesday, pretty much the same areas extending all the way from the Rockies to the lower Mississippi River Valley. Slight risk level 2 out of 4 there for flash flooding. And then for Thursday, pretty much the same areas again as well. Northern Oklahoma, southern Kansas, southwestern Missouri, and northern Arkansas. Slight risk level 2 out of 3 on the flash flooding scale. And then if we look at our fire weather outlook potential, moving on to Tuesday, we got a critical risk of wildfire. That is level 2 out of 3 there for northern Arizona and southern Utah. No threat for isolated or dry thunderstorms. For Thursday, though, or this is Tuesday. Yep, that's the only wildfire threat that we are watching for right now this week. Still a little too far out to get beyond Tuesday, but we'll keep an eye on things just in case. Looking at the models here real quick, we'll take a look at the HRRR for the rest of today and into today tomorrow. Just go back to a better model run. Showers and thunderstorms, some severe across the eastern half of the United States. Main severe weather threat's going to be across the mid-Atlantic and parts of Alabama and Tennessee. Also got a few storms up in the Rockies that we got to keep an eye on for today. Then as we go throughout the day on Tuesday, severe weather potential moves across the Great Plains and rainfall across the northern plains as well. West it remains dry as a bone. And then Wednesday, pretty much the same thing. Rain continues across the central plains with thunderstorms expected across the eastern Rockies there in the evening and overnight hours. If we take a quick look at the temperatures, let me switch to a different model, a better model for the temperatures here. Over the next few days, here is your 2-meter temperature. So basically the temperature is right at the surface. Pretty warm across the southern parts of the United States, but not quite as warm as we've seen the past few days. A little bit of a cool down here across the northeast, but the warm spot of the country is going to be in the desert southwest and across the west. Phoenix back in the hundreds once again. Nothing new there. I'm sure they're pretty used to that by now. Rest of the country, though, it's going to be a little mild compared to where we were, but then the heat returns for parts of Texas over the next few days. Thursday, seeing highs in the 90s for Dallas and Houston. Highs in the hundreds for Phoenix, and then highs in the 60s, and maybe a few 80s in parts of Washington. But overall, pretty mild compared to where we were for the past few days, except for the far southern, south central part of the country here, in terms of the temperature department. But other than that, that's all that I have for today. No big sports games going on across the country. I'm not doing the forecast for 16 MLB games. So if you have any questions about sporting events, or if you want me to make a forecast for one, just let me know in the comments down below, or fill out my forecasting form that's back open again. Or you can send me an email or just send me a direct message, and I'll try to get back to you as soon as I can. But yep, pretty mild weather day across the United States compared to where we were the past few days. So I'm not planning on going live to cover the severe weather, but I'll keep an eye on it just in case. But until then, have a good one, guys, and I'll see you tomorrow.